What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here bringing you some more Series 10 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. We are for one last time using the Xerneas team. We've had really good success with it and hoping that we can continue that. So looking at my opponent's first team, it is a Kyogre team. It is Tornadus, Shedinja, Kyogre, Incin, Serena, and Regieleki. So obviously we do have to be very, very cognizant of the fact that they do have Shedinja on this team. Xerneas is not going to be able to hit it. But we do have a lot of good answers for it. I like Gastrodon. Gastrodon completely is going to invalidate a lot of this. So I'm actually fine with Xerneas, Gastrodon. The question then is, what do I want in the back? Incin, I think, is a good option. Just being able to intimidate Serena is really great. And obviously having a good way to hit into that Shedinja is important. And then Mineshadow doesn't have Wide Guard, but it does have Feint. So the question is, do I want Mineshadow or do I want Nihilego? Nihilego is better into everything that's not named Kyogre. I think it's fine to bring Nihilego. Nihilego is a good answer for it. We obviously, like I said, have Gastrodon to help absorb some of the damage. And so we could have actually led Gastro Nihilego. I think if we can set up with it, we should be in a pretty fine position. As we are going to just see Tornogre, which is fine with me. We can survive a Water Spout from Kyogre with Xerneas. So yeah, if you don't go for it, the fear is if you're Scarf. No, because if you're Scarf, that's also fine. I'm fine just to go for a Geomancy turn 1. I'm fine to just hit this and then go for a Scald into Tornadus. There is a chance that you just bring out Shedinja, but I think in this case it's fine just to, if we set up Xerneas, to just KO everything that's not Shedinja, because of the fact that like we will be in a dominating position. We do have Gastrodon in the rain, which is not going to care about Kyogre. Like I said, the big fear though, no, because what? Yeah, the big fear is Scarf Ogre and Tornadus doubling up into Xerneas turn 1. Because that will force me to lose Xerneas, as we will just see a taunt, which is sad, but fine. Water Spout is going to come out. That is going to boost my special attack by 1 stage. This is also really bad because we are now slower. We can't go for a Geomancy, and we do see that you are going to be Scarf Ogre. Wow. That was, I'll take that damage. We can't go for that. I'm going to go for a Dazzling Gleam as well as an Earth Power onto the Ogre. I just need to pick up a knockout there. Like I said, if we can get Ogre in a pretty weakened spot, we should be fine for the rest of it. This will also significantly reduce how much damage Ogre is able to do, which is fine because, right, if we bring out Nihilego, Water Spout will have been weakened, so that's good for us. We will see a Tailwind. I don't think that that's super necessary, but at the same time, like, that's... Oh, what? It's not Scarf? Not Scarf Ogre at all. I just forgot how slow this... Which is fine. This is a really slow Xerneas. This is going to be a +1 Earth Power onto Ogre. I really wish I had gone for a Moonblast there, but alas, I didn't. So that's fine, right? Because you're either going to bring out Serena or you're going to bring out, what is it called? Serena or Shedinja. Shedinja is fine. There is a chance of an ally switch. I'm going to still click Dazzling Gleam. And I'm going to go for an Earth Power. Do I call an ally switch? I'm going to call an ally switch. This is a really aggressive read, as nope, it's just going to be a Shadow Sneak. Which sucks for me, because that would have been a real nice read to get, as we will see just an Ice Beam come out into Slug. Yeah, if we had called that right, that would have been incredible. I'm going to bring out Incin. Incin has a free Fake Out. You could bring out Serena. I'm gonna double into Ogre. You could protect. You could protect. I could recover. I'm gonna use this turn. I don't need to. I'm gonna go for that as well as an Earth Power here. Protect is really obvious, but I think Protect is fine. Yeah, that's fine. We still have a way to deal with Shedinja, so that's fine. Will-O-Wisp gonna come out into Slug. A little bit unfortunate, but what we have... we should have just gone into... that's really tricky. That's really tricky. You are now gonna... that's actually a really big deal. That's a huge deal. Because now we're not recovering outside of recover. I really wish you had Snarl right now. We're gonna go for a Throat Chop here, and I'm gonna click recover. I don't know if I'll get it. We will see a Shadow Sneak on a Gastrodon. That's fine. Oh yeah, that's gonna KO me actually. That's going to, yep, that's gonna be a KO there. But what, we will be able to at least break the Sash on Shedinja. God, I really wish you were Scald. This lets me bring out Nihilego. The rain is stopping, which means you have one turn of Tailwind left. Oh, and the Tailwind is gone. Wait, this is perfect. We can bring out Nihilego here. Nihilego can go for a rock thing. So we have a Throat Chop here as well as a Power Gem onto the Ogre slot. Right? This should guarantee a knockout onto Ogre. Nihilego does have like 7 defense, but it should be more than enough because this is, yeah, Shedinja's intimidated, so we can live a Shadow Sneak. This will let me get a KO there. We will see, yep, Shadow Sneak onto Ensign. Interesting. Okay, I'll take that. Power Gem comes out. We don't have, what's it called? Oh my god, I thought that wasn't going to KO. We don't have Meteor Beam, which obviously because we have, what's it called? We have Xerneas, as we will get the special attack boost. We will take some Life Orb Chip, and now we should, yep, Throat Chop going to be an easy KO onto the Shedinja. And the question is, what do you have in the back? It should not be able to beat... Yeah, whatever you have in the back is not going to be able to beat Nihilego with Ensign. It could be what? It is Regieleki, so... Oh, Regieleki's fine. I have a Assault Vest, so this is a free Throat Chop once again, as well as a Sludge Bomb, just because that's going to do more. So, scary matchup for sure, but you can't win this. There's no way you can pick up a double knockout, and yeah, this will wrap it up, barring, I mean, what? Barring some kind of freak accident that you crit Thunder, Paralyze. Okay, well, was that a crit? All right. Well, if you crit Thunder and paralyze me and I get a full paralysis. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was sitting there just like, I was like, you know, like sometimes it's best just to not say anything. And this was one of those cases. Glad we were able to pull through despite me jinxing us, but really solid first game, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. Alright, battle number 2, and it is Zacian. It's a pretty scary one at that. It is Talonflame, Rillaboom with Urshifu, Zacian Ditto, and my Lodic. So Gastrodon's really big here. Mind Chow is actually a good one, right? Being able to outspeed all of the fake out users and potentially stop Gale Wings. So I like Mind Chow a lot. I like Mind Chow, Xerneas, Gastrodon. I feel like I need Ensign for... what? Do I need Ensign? I could bring a Mungus. I haven't really brought it. And it, like, technically is... it just doesn't do anything. I could just go for double fake out. Let's do Ensign and Gastrodon. Yeah, I mean, I literally don't think I've used Among Us once on this team. If I have someone correct me, which, like, I mean, it should be there for a reason, but again, I mean, against Zacian, it is hard to want to justify having that there. So let's see how it works out. We are going to see Talonflame Milotic. Okay, that's great. You did expect me to go for an instant lead. So I'm actually really fine just to set up in your face. There's not really much stopping a... I'm fine to fake out in Geomancy. Oh, Milotic has Haze. You tricky, tricky dog. I almost Geomancied. I expect a Haze. Quick Guard is fine. Right? You're probably going to go for a Haze this turn. Fake out, that's fine. It does let you set up Tailwind. I don't think it's a big deal in the end. We will connect this Moonblast. Boop. That's going to do a decent chunk. Really? You just went for a Muddy Water? Did I have a free... I had a free Geomancy, man. It was a free Geomancy. And you get an accuracy drop. The nerve. I think this should be enough to get the KO. We will see up a Tailwind. Close combat into Milotic. Perfect. Okay, that's fine. We will pick up the KO there. The issue, though, is you have a Tailwind and a Zacian, and I don't like either of those things. We will get that off. That's decent chip. God, I wish I had just Geomancy turn 1. But I was like, I know that Milotic carries Haze. Guess which Milotic didn't go for that. Zacian's going to come out. We do have a really safe switch into Gastrodon. I think Gastrodon is super... Did I bring Ensign here? I did. I'm going to bring out Gastro here, and I'm going to bring out Ensign on this side. We know you have Quick Guard, and now we're threatening both of your spots pretty effectively, right? Because we do have Fake Out. I'm just going to Flare Blitz. Like, I think just the threat is too easy of a Quick Guard, and there's not really a reason to go for it. Whereas I can just, like, fire off damage. We will get the Xerneas to do the swap out into the Ensign. And at this point, we should... What? We will have to take a lot of damage, which is really scary. Because we are using our Zacian counters and having them just eat a bunch of damage. As you will go for a substitute. Okay, that's fine. Sub is fine, and it should be a Brave Bird into the Gastrodon slot. Yep. Onto, yep, Gastro. Gastro takes that really well. I can what? I can Flare Blitz. Both of these beat Zacian. Zacian should not be able to KO Ensign. I'm going to go for a Scald here, as well as a Flare Blitz onto you. Right? Because that gives us a chance to get rid of Quick Guard, which means if we lose Ensign, we do have the ability to bring out Mineshaw. So we should be good there. The fear is what? A double up. Close combat. Close combat Wombat into Ensign. We are impish with a ton of defense, so we will take that super well. We also are going to lower your defenses, which is really great for us. We could see a double up. Brave Bird, I'm hoping this is into Ensign. So that was a really smart double up. Oh, Ensign. Yes, please. Taking that like an absolute champ. Sick. Okay. That lets us break the sub on Zacian very comfortably. We will lose Ensign in the process. Ensign put in a ton of work there. But I'm hoping what? If the Scald picks up a knockout onto Slug, or onto Talonflame, it does. That's really great for us. We now have Mineshaw, which is just going to do everything it needs to do. You are at -1. You don't have a way to switch out those drops. And Mind Shao, yep, can come in. So this is a locked-in Zacian at neutral attack with -1 defense, -1 speed. As it is going to be a Ditto. And actually, that's bad. That's real bad. Is it bad? Is it bad? I'm going to Earth Power here and go for a Fake Out onto you. I know. Okay, so I know your moveset. I know that you can't actually damage Xerneas. So that's actually good for us. We can feint, potentially. You know that I have feint. As we will... see, unfortunately, a protect. So what I'm guessing is you are going to... You probably are going to lock yourself into close combat. Right? Yep, close combat into Slug. Slug is going to take that a little not as well as I would have liked. I really wish I had gone for a feint there. This is hard. This is actually really tricky now. We can swap into Xern. Swap into Xern. I'm going to close combat into Zacian. Mind Shao is faster. Mind Shao is locked into I'm assuming it's locked into close combat. I just if it's focus Sash Ditto, that's bad. We will see a close combat perfect into Xerneas. That's actually really great for us. Because what that means is Mind Shao is guaranteed to preserve its sash, right? We have a Behemoth Blade, probably into Mind Shao, right? Survey says into Mind Shao. I would have really liked a close combat, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. That's going to knock me down to my focus sash, and that's going to let me fire a close combat back at you. Boom. Oh, heck yeah. Mind Shao picking up the knockout there onto Zacian, which means that at this point we have a free Moonblast onto their Mind Shao. We can go for a feint to break a sash, and yeah, oh yeah, we're fine. We can go for a Moonblast here, as well as if you are going to be choiced, we do this, or if you're focus sash, we can do that. I think you're most likely choice Scarf, but you know, it's always better to do damage. You also are going to be at -1, so like, I'll take the extra damage. Boom, that's a solid chunk. Close combat comes out into Xerneas. Xerneas is going to survive because Xerneas just absolutely also putting in work, and so we will be able to luckily close out this one. I think obviously Zacian is a really, really scary threat for Xerneas being able to completely wall it. And we really utilized the rest of our team. And also, this is a big one about like support, right? Because in the element of surprise and best of one, I was so afraid of getting hit with a, what's it called? A haze from this Milotic, which might not even carry it, that I wasn't even going for a Geomancy when it was a really free Geomancy. But overall, a really solid second game, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Lunala, and a pretty scary one at that. Lunala with Entei, a Tapu Lele, Rillaboom stack, and Torkoal. So everything about this is Trick Room. I like Amoonguss a lot. Amoonguss is good here. Is Amoonguss good here? Amoonguss isn't. Nihilego and Gastro are really good here. I could just bring it to bring it. I also really like... Do I like Ensign? Not. Ensign resisting Torkoal is like a really big deal. I'm going to bring Amoonguss. I'm going to bring Amoonguss Slug. Let's do Amoonguss Gastro with Nihilego and Xerneas in the back. I mean, there's a really good argument to just not bring Xern. Xern just does very poorly into this whole team. What would I bring instead? I'm going to bring Ensign. Do I want Ensign or do I want Mind Shao? I'm going to bring Ensign. I think this is a case where like Nihilego is essentially going to serve as my restricted. I say now. But yeah, Xern not doing well into stack, into Torkoal, into Ensign, into essentially Lele. Rillaboom probably being Assault Vest, so it's not really going to do too hot there. Like, it wasn't worth it. As we are going to see Lunala Entei. So we have Slug out with Amoonguss. I would very much like to. I'm gonna bring up Ensign and go for a Earth Power onto you. Right? You don't have a good answer to that. And so now at this point they're thinking, oh, you don't have your restricted. Or you do, like, we know you're for. No, you don't. I have Nihiligo, which is probably not that good here either. Nihiligo would have actually been Nihiligo would have been a sick lead. I would have threatened so much damage onto everything. We will see a Sacred Fire onto Ensign. Why did that do more than like 7 damage? Meteor Beam. Did you call my Ensign swap? Or are you just trying to get the boost? That's a sick read. Oh my god. I cannot believe they called that. I don't know if they called that. Yikes. I'm gonna bring out Nihiligo and reveal that I don't have Xerneas. Oh god, that was... You were supposed to... I mean, it makes sense in hindsight, but like, come on. Let's go for a Power Gem on Entei, and... I'm gonna Earth Power onto you. I have to hope that you're Assault Vest. If it's Assault Vest Entei, that's fine. We can KO with Nihiligo, get +1 special attack, and we have enough... How much special defense do we have? I don't know the Lunala calcs, because I was like, let's not worry about Lunala. We have some special defense. We have a decent amount of HP too, which suggests to me, like, we should hopefully take a hit. Otherwise, like, Gastro can just solo this whole team. Okay, so Scarf Entei, Nihiligo is going to take that. We do get burned, which is obviously going to be a little unfortunate, but we will be able to KO Entei in return because, yeah, guaranteed KO, which is fine. Moongeist Beam only has 5 PP. We can assume 8. You could Trick Room here. Trick Room is not a bad option. Yeah, we're losing. We have one more turn with this Nihiligo. As Moongeist Beam going to come out probably into Slug. Into Nihiligo. Nihiligo, unfortunately, is going to go down. We will break Shadow Shield with Gastrodon, which doesn't really matter because we are just going to get swept by this Lunala. Oh, yeah, that was such a good... I was really hoping for a Moongeist Beam turn 1. I think if it had been Moongeist Beam, we would have been in a much better spot because of the fact that we would have had Throat Chop onto Lunala, whereas now we, like, don't. I could have just let... Oh, God. I didn't even consider that possibility, which is just awful. We will see Torkoal. Torkoal is fine. We can... I'm going to Spore here and go for an Earth Power on the Torkoal. This is kind of my only... I think it's we can still come back. Like I said, Lunala has limited PP on Moongeist Beam. We will see a Protect on Torkoal. That's fine. I mean, we're going to have to take 2 hits anyway. If it's Moongeist Beam into Gastro, that's actually really ideal. We do have a ton of special defense on Amoonguss. That is... No, please. No. Spore going to come out here, which is great. We will at least be able to put Lunala to sleep. And I would just like to... What? Grass Knot versus Pollen Puff. Which do I think is going to do more? I could put Torkoal to sleep. You know, there's not really a bad option. Let's just put everything to sleep. Lunala is guaranteed to sleep this turn, which is fine. We can stop you, and we can, you know, just kind of sit here. We can... Is that just a straight KO? Oh, it's at 1 HP. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's fine. We can now... We know that Torkoal's guaranteed to sleep here. We can pray for 3 turns of sleep. I would like to... I'm just going to go for a Pollen Puff here and go for an Earth Power onto Lunala. I'm also losing PP on Earth Power, so that's a little tricky. But, okay, sick. I'll take that. We are going to get... Oh, Torkoal going for a Protect, just for a mandatory turn of Sleep. Or that was Lunala. Let's see how much this does now that you don't have Shadow Shield. You know, decent chunk. Pollen Puff going to come out, going to KO the Torkoal. If you have... Okay, if you have Stack in the back, this is doable. Which is a terrifying thought. Stack in the back is ideal. That looks like Stack. Boom. Okay. Stack attack. We can work with this because now what we do is we go for a Rage Powder here and we go for an Earth Power onto Stack. This should KO. And this guarantees that... Oh, is Lunala still asleep? Oh, okay, that's bad. I need a 3-turn sleep on Lunala. If Lunala is asleep this turn, we're in a good spot. Okay, perfect. That's great. I could have gone for damage. This does mean that we are going to rely on Scald Burn, but you know, not the worst thing in the world. We hit Rage Powder. We go for an Earth Power onto Stack. This will burn out the sun. And then it's just a question of... Okay, they get a double. You know, that's fine. We got a 3-turn sleep. I should have gone for a Spore. It happens. We will lose a Moongus. We will lose a Moongus. I'm losing out on Earth Powers. You're losing out on Moongeist Beam. So, like, everyone's kind of losing here. Oh, that double protect is... I just need to hit Stack once. Stack will go down. That's perfect. We are going to lose the sun. Earth Power is a KO onto Stack. Oh, I should have just gone for damage onto Lunala. I'm going to go for Earth Power here. We do have access to leftovers, so we will have to take this Moongeist Beam. Let's see how much it does. This is a really big question. 208 down to 30. Okay. Earth Power, please KO Stack Attacka. Perfect. You've used at least 4... Okay, you've used 4 Moongeist Beams. So that's fine. I can go for a triple Protect and hope. Let's do this. Right, you have... Moongeist Beam only has PP of 5. If you go for a Meteor Beam, that would be cute. Okay, Moongeist Beam. The question now is, do I think you have more? Because you went for 2 Moongeist Beams. This is a 3rd. This is a 4th. I don't know if you have another one. I'm gonna click Recover. I'm gonna say you're gonna protect this turn. Oh, why do you have 8 Moongeist Beams? Unfortunately, we are going to lose that one. It was a huge, huge turn 1 blow, losing Ensign. Ensign was our answer into this Lunala, and I don't know why I was like, let's just swap out. Staying in would have been just unquestionably the better call. It would have been fine. Like, we did have the berry, so I think even losing the Amoonguss was fine. But, I mean, it is what it is. I don't really want to end with a loss on this team, so we are going to play one more, and I'll see all of you in the last one. Alright, last battle, and it's Kyurem White. It is going to be Incineroar with Ninetales, Rillaboom, Regieleki, Ninetales, or what is it called? Milotic and Kyurem White. I like you. I like you. I like Ensign, and I like Nihilego. I don't really think that there's a reason to go with anything else. Amoonguss is not going to like a Blizzard. Gastrodon doesn't like a Freeze Dry, unfortunately, but I think it is really good into the rest of this team. I think we do have a really... You have no Quick Guard, and Mineshadow is faster than everything. So, honestly, I think if we can just do a turn 1 Fake Out with Geomancy, like, we are in a really good spot. The big fear obviously is going to just be what? Ensign. If you lead Ensign Rilla, that's actually scary. Ensign Rilla is the only thing I'm really worried about. other than that, we should be fine because that guarantees a Geomancy. And then from a Geomancy position, right, there's really not much you can do. This team is incredibly special based. You can set up an Aurora Veil, but like I also do have Mind Chow, so like that kind of helps with that. We can break sashes as we are going to see Regieleki and Kyurem. I would like to fake out on the Aleki. I'm going to fake out Aleki because Aleki is going to be having the chance of going for an Electro Web, and I want to make sure that I'm faster than it. So we can go for a free Geomancy as well as a fake out here. This also is going to let me see if the... it doesn't necessarily let me see if Kyurem is Scarf, because this is a really slow Xerneas. Yeah, I think a lot of people like just run max and max, which I probably, you know, in hindsight should have. But we didn't. We're running this instead. So let's see. I think, yeah, fake out onto the Aleki is what makes the most sense because that prevents a speed drop. This also means that Dazzling Gleam should be able to KO, as we are going to see a swap from Aleki into probably a fake out user into Ninetales, which is fine with me. We're going to break a potential Sash with a fake out, and this also means you can't go for an Aurora Veil. I really would have loved to see a Protect right there from Kyurem. Blizzard makes sense. You're going for the freeze, and you are faster. Perfect. We are going to live. Oh, and it's Life Orb. That's even better for us, as we do set up a Geomancy. So at this point, right, we have a guaranteed swap into Ensign, and that's going to mean that I can go for a pretty safe fake out again, as well as go for a Dazzling Gleam. You have no really good way to stop that. Ninetales, I don't think can take that. Figuring out, I guess, like, yeah, the best way to play it is going to be important. Xerneas is going to be on a little bit of a clock as a result of that hail, but the hail is only 5 turns, and we should be able to live through that. So we have a really safe swap in Ensign. I think Nihilego also is a potential answer, but we do have to be cognizant of Ninetales. So we brought out Ensign. We will get the unnecessary drops. This is going to make turns take a really, really long time. And now what we want to do is we have a very free Dazzling Gleam. Let's go for a Dazzling Gleam as well as a fake out onto Ninetales. I can't see Kyurem living. I mean, this is a +2. Okay, that's fine. I really should have gone for a Moonblast. Okay, double protect. That's fine. We can go for a U-turn. I still don't see you living a Dazzling Gleam, right? It's +2 stab, super effective. Fairy Aura boosted, right? There's no way Kyurem lives this. And I say this and it's gonna live at like 60%. I'm gonna just click Dazzling Gleam again. I'm gonna click U-turn. I'm gonna click Flare Blitz. I don't assume that I'm gonna need the damage, but like I said, I can't really make assumptions about anything. There is still the Aleki at the back, which is a risk because, right, if the Aleki is Sash, that's actually a problem because then you can go for an Electro. You go for an Electro, and it doesn't really matter. Dazzling Gleam gonna come out. Ninetales might survive, or they're just both gonna get knocked out, so that's fine with me. We should sack Ensign, or not Ensign. We should sack Nihilego just in the event that the Aleki is going to be Sash, because what that means is we have a guaranteed quote-unquote way to outspeed it and go for, what is it called? To go for a fake out. So I do really care about having that in the back, but I think we are in a really good spot overall. We know it. Okay, it is going to be Ensign, as well as I don't think yeah, I mean, Nihilego is actually fine to keep here. I can just go, oh, and there's Hail. That's fine. I can go for a Protect and a Throat Chop, so I can hit this button here, and then we do have a Throat Chop to prevent their Ensign from going for any sort of sketchy tech, and then from there, we should just be able to wrap this one up fairly quickly, right? Because you can't, yeah, we are going to see a fake out perfect into Xern. I'm guessing they were just expecting an attack. We will see, yep, an Electro Web trying to slow me down. And what this means is I can, what is it called? I can go for a Throat Chop to stop you from dealing with my Xerneas. And then a Dazzling Gleam will guarantee knock out the Aleki, especially now that a potential Sash is broken, which I don't expect to see because of Hail. We are going to see Rocky Helmet, which is cool tech, but I don't know if it's going to help you too much. You could protect a Lecky. Protect a Lecky. We are slower because of the Electro Web. Okay, and no protect. Dazzling Gleam going to come out. That's going to KO... Wow, a critical hit on the Incineroar. A double critical hit. I don't think it was necessary. We are at +2. It was necessary on the Incin, but we did have Nihilego in the back. So overall, I'm a lot happier with ending the episode this way, as opposed to a really tricky loss after an incredible turn 1 play by my opponent, right? Like, that Meteor Beam, I think it covered all options, and in hindsight was just the right play. So overall, it's been a really fun time using this team. I think Xerneas obviously has established its place in the top 4 for a reason. Make sure to check it out. Make sure to check out the other 5 rental teams. Remember that commenting on this video, as well as all the other ones, puts you in a giveaway for free shiny Pokemon. We will continue down the road with that. I'm thinking maybe Groudon just for some quick fun with that. And yeah, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.